Welcome back, Questers, to our daily routine of opening the scriptures, aka Roots. Let's continue exploring the Bible as we now read Genesis chapter 18. Hey, Quester community, welcome back. This is our 18th day of our Quester Roots, routine of opening the scriptures. That's what we do every day because in order to bear sweet fruits, we've got to sink deep roots. In order to be disciples, we've got to fill our minds with the Bible, which is God's lamp to our feet and light to our path. So, Questers, let's get rooted. Genesis chapter 18. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great trees of Mamre while he was sitting at the entrance to his tent in the heat of the day. Abraham looked up and saw 3 men standing nearby. When he saw them, he hurried from the entrance of his tent to meet them, and he bowed down low to the ground. He said, "If I have found favor in your eyes, my Lord, do not pass by your servant. Let a little water be brought, and then you may all wash your feet and rest under this tree. Let me get you something to eat so that you can be refreshed, and then go on your way, now that you have come to your servant." "Very well," they answered. "Do as you say." So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah. "Quick," he said, "get 3 seahs of the finest flour and knead it and bake some bread." Then he ran to the herd and selected a choice tender calf and gave it to a servant who hurried to prepare it. Then he brought some curds and milk and the calf that had been prepared and set it before them. While they ate, he stood near them under the tree. "Where is your wife Sarah?" they asked him. "There in the tent," he said. One of them said, "I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah, your wife, will have a son." Now Sarah was listening at the entrance of the tent, which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were already very old, and Sarah was past the age of childbearing. So Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, "After I am worn out and my Lord is old, will I now have this pleasure?" Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh and say, 'Will I really have a child now that I am old?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, "I did not laugh." But he said, "Yes, you did laugh." When these men got up to leave, they looked down towards Sodom, and Abraham walked along with them to see them on their way. Then the Lord said, "Shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? Abraham will surely become a great and powerful nation, and all nations on the earth will be blessed through him. For I have chosen him, so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord, by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him." Then the Lord said, "The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great, and their sin so grievous, that I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I will know." The men turned away and went towards Sodom, but Abraham remained standing before the Lord. Then Abraham approached him and said, "Will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? What if there are 50 righteous people in the city? Will you really sweep it away and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous people in it?" Far be it from you to do such a thing, to kill the righteous with the wicked, treating the righteous and the wicked alike. Far be it from you. Will not the judge of all the earth do right? The Lord said, if I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake. Then Abraham spoke up again. Now that I have been so bold as to speak to the Lord, though I am nothing but dust and ashes, what if the number of the righteous was 5 less than 50? Will you destroy the whole city for a lack of 5 people? If I find 45 there, he said, I will not destroy it. Once again, he spoke to him. What if only 40 are found there? He said, for the sake of 40, I will not do it. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak. What if only 30 can be found there? He answered, I will not do it if I find 30 there. Abraham said, now that I have been so bold as to speak to the Lord, what if only 20 can be found there? He said, for the sake of 20, I will not destroy it. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak just once more. What if only 10 can be found there? He answered, for the sake of 10, I will not destroy it. When the Lord had finished speaking with Abraham, he left, and Abraham returned home. The grass withers, its flower falls away, but the word of the Lord endures forever. Genesis chapter 18, a great big chapter with 3 big questions that I have. The first is it says that the Lord appeared to Abraham and 3 men were right there. And instead of Abraham calling them lords, he calls them Lord. What is with that the Lord appeared to Abraham and it was 3 persons that showed up? I wonder. The second question comes right out of the Bible itself when the Lord says, is anything too hard for the Lord? That's a great question. Is there anything that's impossible for him? Wow, what a good question to ponder. My third and final question is the question that Abraham raises when God lets him know he's about to judge the wickedness of Sodom. He asks him, will not the judge of all the earth do what is right? That's a good question. Does God ever do something that is not right, even when he judges and punishes sins? These are good questions to ponder. But what are your questions that you have from today's chapter of Bible reading? Leave them in the comments below or send a letter our way. I'd love to hear them. You can find our address at our website, questercommunity.com. As always, I'd like to wrap up this daily Bible reading chapter with a big, ginormous thank you to Peter, Kyra, Kennedy, Pearson, and Clementine, the Cottle family. Thank you so much for being Quester investors, helping our Quester community grow and making videos like this possible. Love you guys. Hopefully, we'll see the rest of you guys tomorrow for our Quester Roots as we continue to make a routine of opening the scriptures together. See you then, Questers.